After a quick 4-day adventure in the capital city of Turkey, Ankara, it was time to venture towards the Turkish coast. Many of my friends in Eastern Europe mentioned having vacationed in the sunny weather, warm oceans, and relaxed culture on the coast of Turkey. So I hopped on a night bus from Ankara and arrived in the morning to the cliffs and beaches of Antalya, Turkey.
All right, what up? It's Leonidas here, coming in from Antalya, Turkey. Before this, I was in Ankara, and then after this, I'll be heading over to Cyprus, which is tomorrow. I spent here now 4 days. This is my 4th day, and on my 4th day, I'll be going to the beach. So on the first or second day, I went to the beach, and then on the 4th day, I'll be heading to the beach again, just to get in a little bit of more sunshine and vitamin D. It's extremely sunny here. The last 4 days since I've arrived, it's been really nice, really sunny, very, very beautiful weather. The one thing that you will pretty much get a feel of in every single section of Turkey is that every single area is dotted with these ancient Roman and Greek ruins that have stayed pretty much put for the last 2,500 years, and which is the most interesting dynamic of this whole Mediterranean region. Upon arriving, I mostly stayed in the city center itself and then walked towards the more beach areas along the way. The beaches here are not made out of sand, or at least the beach that I've gone to thus far. Maybe the one that I'll go to after this will have sand, but the beaches here are made out of stones, so it's a little bit more rough on your feet. But once you get into the water is mildly temperate, so it's a little bit cool, so just swim around a little bit and it warms up very, very quickly. So on Friday, Saturday, and Monday, there is salsa dancing. So on Friday, it's at Marmara Hotel, and then on Saturday, it's at Armada Hotel, and then on Monday, it's at one of the beaches that is more towards the west side of the old city. And the dancers here are pretty good. So after the salsa dancing on Saturday, I started heading back towards my hotel and walked through the old city itself. You can tell the entrance by the big Hadrian columns that adorn the main entrance that were built about 2,000 years ago. And then once you walk inside, you'll start to see a bunch of bars and restaurants that are open where people are generally drinking. I wouldn't say it was the most active night scene, but it was, I guess, where mostly people go for their nightclub and nighttime adventures. Definitely come here for at least 3-4 days. Right now, because it's around the middle of November, the sunset here comes down pretty early, actually, around 5:30, about 6 o'clock. It's already almost nighttime. But for the most part, if you start your day early, then it's a wonderful, wonderful experience to walk around and to experience the sunshine. And as well, the food here, you get a lot of things with meat and you get a lot of things with grease. So keep that in mind when you come here. Things are very, very meaty. Couple things to note, there is no taxi app here. So there's no Uber, there's no Yandex Taxi, there's no Cabify or Lyft. So you're going to end up taking the regular taxis. They all run on a meter. So that's the good, clean part. You're unlikely to get scammed. The bad part is that the prices are about 2.5 to 3 times higher because they are the regular taxi system. And on top of that, taking the bus here, you need to either pay someone to help you get on board because there's these special cards that you need to have in order to use the bus, or you'll essentially have to walk. So it's either taxi or give someone about 3 Turkish lira, which is about 60 cents US, and they'll help you get on the bus because they'll have to scan in their card. But otherwise, getting a card here or using the bus is not as easy as simply just paying the money to get on. The main takeaway here that I really enjoyed was that these Roman ruins that are interspersed and sprinkled into the landscapes of the entire town, the entire city of Antalya. And as well, the weather here and the water here is super blue, and the weather here is super beautiful, super warm. One last thing, the language barrier, not so much of a major language barrier as far as the tourism is concerned. Most people here that are involved in the tourism industry speak a moderate to beginner level of English, so you can get by without any issues. Since I'm traveling here by myself, then the basics of English can accommodate you to get by on anything you want. There's also a bunch of tour packages that I should have probably taken to explore more of the outer regions of Antalya, because there's some really fascinating Greek and Roman and Ottoman and Seljuk ruins outside of the city of Antalya, but didn't end up doing that because the sunset here is a little bit sooner, so didn't really make the mission to do that. Also, fun fact, it's one of the major most popular tourist destinations for Eastern Europeans. Right now is not the season for Eastern Europeans, but come closer to December and January, which in January is the Eastern Slavic New Year's, then you'll see a huge influx of Eastern Europeans. So anyways, I took a 20-minute bus from the city center, the old city center, down to Lada Beach. And as you can see, here is not made of stones. This area is actually more of a sandy beach, but the sand is a much larger grain. Nonetheless, this is a sandy beach. So here you go. I made the mistake that there is only cobblestone beaches or stone beaches, but no, it's an actual sand beach. So Leonidas here. I hope I informed you a little bit. Check out the salsa, check out the food, check out the blue waters and the warm sunshine. Antalya, salute.